Namaskar viewers, I'm AKC. Today I'm sharing one more success story related to new engagement. This is from Asia Pacific, and we had to face a bit of a local environmental issue at this engagement. So let's understand a little bit more about what this challenge was. First of all, the client, it was one of the top, it's in the own industry, top 10 possibly for that industry in the region. And they were trying to build a new system and launch in a new country. That offering was going in a new country. The scope was rolling out a series of changes, a new brand, all of that, right? But the risk we saw is that if we are not able to complete on time, right? It's a loss of business, right? If you're not putting the product in market on time. So that was a big risk. And the reason for that is that we still had a lot of unresolved contractual items, which was kind of holding it. Though we had started work, but that was one of the main challenge. And the fallout, of course, is from a reputation of the leaders of that particular client, but also a business reputation. If your product is not good or if you're not able to launch in time, right? And the measure of success or failure was how good we are able to implement those changes, how we are able to get the new set of consumer onboarded on those product and platform. So that is the challenge we had. We applied the same approach, common basic approach, 6 steps. First two, identifying the underlying causes. The next three, helping in terms of identifying the changes or the actions. And the last one, to come up with a time-bound action plan. So let's see what were the underlying issues. The first and major underlying issue was that the contract was still not signed. There were letter of intent which was coming, every alternate month, but we didn't have a signed contract. So we were working on that. So it was a relationship which has started, but there were still certain unresolved issues, and there were some unresolved issues. Some of them were really serious. For example, there was a major disagreement in terms of KPIs and SLAs, and that we discovered as the major limitations in this scenario. Another problem we had is that all the people which we placed in that particular country, they all traveled from India. So we did not have a single person who we could reuse from that particular country. From our company, we were not working in that particular country. So because we did not have any past experience, delivery experience in that country. There was some sales thing, but not significant. But delivery wise, we did not have anybody. So we had to totally depend on migrating people from India, and we did not have a office there. I said we did not have significant experience even in sales because we did not have even a sales office in that particular country. We had some presence, people who used to visit from sales side, but we did not have a delivery center. We did not have a sales office in that particular country. So these were some of the underlying challenges which we had to address in this scenario. Now, the changes which we brought in, first is related to relationship. Again, we spend a lot of time in improving the bonding with our client, informal connect with the decision maker. We started participating in the local festivals and functions. So it was quite different from what we were used to in India, but we become part of that. And we also spent time in celebrating their personal achievements, clients milestones or family events. We built a very good relation with some of the key decision maker there. So that was really good. Then we also empowered our local leader. So we brought in a sales guy, kind of a dedicated sales guy there, and we also brought in a delivery person, a very smart, very experienced delivery person, very nice guy. And these two together build a great relations with clients. So they were able to help us decide in terms of what needs to be done differently, and we even empowered them to take care of certain operational decisions, because we didn't want them to kind of get stuck. Everything has to come to India and we approve it and then they do it, right? So on the ground they were empowered, even in terms of budget, in terms of actions. We even identified a place where we can open our delivery office, right? So a lot of those decision we empowered our sales and delivery guy, who is stationed in that particular country. Then third, we created a crack team to address those unresolved issues through a series of workshops, right? So, for example, we pulled in people from the domain side, the industry domain for which we were working. We pulled in people from the process side. We even got some of our quality, team folks coming in and participating in those workshops to resolve those outstanding issues. Okay. The fourth, which is again fundamental, but we implemented, was governance and reporting. We implemented three levels of reporting: weekly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Three levels of governance, and it included three kinds of items: contractual. I mentioned we had a lot of things which were still pending. The architectural, because we were building a new system, there were a lot of architectural requirement which needed to be addressed, and operational in terms of what's happening on the ground. So our report covered all these three aspects, and within each of these we also identified what are the risks, what are the issues, and what are the concerns. So we had 3 into 3 into 3, right? Daily, weekly, monthly frequency, contractual, architectural, and operational, and risk, issues, and concerns, beside the progress and all of that. So this is what we put in place as far as governance and reporting is concerned. And we also started expanding our local presence. What it means by local presence is that we set up a local office, right? We had a small development office which we started there. We started hiring local people. We even identified some local agencies which can help in terms of helping hire those people, those local talent. And even with client, we started some discussions. Client had some people who wanted a change, and we even discussed with them and tried to get some of those people come on board. So these are the 5 things which we did. We improved our relations with the client. We empowered our local leader out there. We created workshops to resolve those outstanding issues and all of that. We tightened our governance and reporting, and we also expanded our local presence in that particular region. In terms of outcome, we could manage to reduce the outstanding issues significantly. The contractual issues, barring the 2, we resolved almost all of them in about 9 to 10 months time. In that 2, one of them was related to KPI and SLAs, where we managed to resolve. Within KPI SLAs, there were multiple different things, but we managed to resolve quite a few. There were still, a couple of them which remained unresolved, but we had some workaround, how we can progress on that till the time agreement is happening. But there was one other one which was something which remained unresolved, and it had to be escalated to our senior management on both sides, because this was something which was beyond our thing, and they got involved in trying to resolve it, right? So that's what we did. From a operation level, we managed to get a lot of support. In fact, the kind of relationship which we maintained with them, the kind of the relationship which we built, that was the working relationship was excellent, right? Operational line managers, they were very happy with what we were doing and how we were doing. They started giving us pointers also, some early warning if something is going wrong, started coaching us, guiding us. So at operational level, we established a very good relationship. We also achieved some delivery success early on. We managed to put 2 systems in production. Each of them had more than about 10 different applications. So we could complete it, and we could roll it out in 8 to 9 months time. We even onboard about 100,000 new users, right? New consumer to that brand. So the brand was already launched. We could get the people onboarded. So we could achieve a lot of things from that perspective. But we had to end the relationship after about 10 months. And the reason I mentioned it, some of the contractual things which could not be resolved despite all the effort. But that exit was very cordial. At a ground level, people were very happy. In fact, operational level and mid level, they were quite sad seeing us go, because the kind of relationship we had built, the kind of work which we had done, they were very happy. But then, at a senior level, the decision was taken that, those couple of things which is outstanding, we are not able to resolve that. And there were some fundamental issues which were not getting resolved. So we had to agree to exit. But that was a cordial exit, right? There was a graceful exit. There was no, I would say that, somebody stabbed somebody in the back, right? That feeling was not there, because we were very transparent. We had done a lot of things. So while we had those challenges, we put those steps, and we achieved a great extent in terms of success. But unfortunately, we had to exit. But on a positive note, we exited it. Right. So that's the story I wanted to share today. Hope you liked it. And if you think there's anything which you can pick from here, reuse it, feel free to do that. If you want to connect with me, want to share any challenges you are facing, need some tips, feel free to do that. Or if you want to share some success story from your end, which you feel it will be good to share with the wider audience, you could even share that with me, and I can talk to you and try and figure it out how to present that. Okay, so hope you liked it, and keep your feedback and suggestions keep coming. Thank you.